Hi, this is David Mintz from G4 Guitar in Lake Forest, and this is another parent guide video for the parents of young beginner students. And those are the students that are aged between 4 and 7, maybe 8 years old. So before we go on with the video, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and go and find this binder, the Young Beginner Guide binder. And this is the one that would have come home with you after your first lesson or your second lesson. And this is, again, something I'd like you to bring to every single lesson with your child so we can actually track to this and make progress with it. So if you want to pause the video now and go and find it, come back, we'll make a start. So if we open the binder to the page, there's a picture of this inside the screen, which you can see. It's got a picture of what we call a fretboard. Looks like this part of the guitar, okay? And on that diagram, there are 3 strings which are highlighted. There's a string with a red arrow, a string with a blue arrow, and a string with a green arrow, okay? Now those 3 strings, the red arrow is going to be this guy, number 1 string. This is the one that is furthest away from you towards the bottom of the guitar, okay? That's our number 1 string, that would be the red arrow. The number 2 string is the one next to it, and that would be the blue arrow. The number 3 string, which is next to that, is the green arrow, number 3. Okay, and what we want to do is to assign 3 letters to those a letter to each one of those strings. So the first one, number 1, which is our red string, is the letter E. Letter E is that red string, number 1. The second one is letter B. The B is the second string, that's our blue one. The last one is a G letter, letter G, and that's for our 3rd string, which is G. Okay, so those are the 3 strings we're looking to do. And what we're looking to do is to have your child firstly just point to these strings and say basically red, blue, green. Red, blue, green. Okay, and then we want to progress from that, from red, blue, green, if we can, to E, B, G, okay, E, B, G. That'll be the first place to start, getting to point with their index finger to the string, okay? So we've got the first string red, second string blue, 3rd string green, and then we progress to E, B, and G. So if you want to pause the video here and use that as an exercise, that will be a good place to start. So coming back from that, we've now try to memorize our red, blue, green strings and also know them by the letters E, B, and G. Then we're going to take our pick with our guitar and we'll have the child pick 4 times repeatedly, maybe 2 or 3 repetitions of 4 notes. They don't have to be in time, just to be able to pick that string. And we're going to practice picking on the green string first, which will be the green string, which is the G string. Then we're going to go to the blue string, the 2nd string, and practice picking that 4 times. Okay, maybe 2 or 3 repetitions of 4. Again, not in time, just to try and attack the string and make a connection with it. And then with our number 1 string, the red string, again, we're picking 4 times, 3. Okay. Now at the same time, if we can have them also count 1, 2, 3, 4 as they're doing each string. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can pause the video here, and that will be a second exercise that we could do. This may be day 2 of the week doing this, okay? So the previous one we looked at could be day 1, this could be day 2. So pause here and take that as the next step. So now, coming back to our book, which you can see the picture of in this screen, we want to look at these 3 notes, the red note of E, the blue note of B, and the green note of G. And you can see on the next page what there are 3 separate lines which have 4 spaces in them, and you can see 4 dots in 2 different places, okay, with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 written above them. So what we'd like now to be able to do is to be able to point to the very first example, which is the one in red, okay, where it says E. There are 2 numbers, 4 over 4 written next to it, which we'll come to. Okay, and we can see we've got 4 notes written, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are red notes. So what we want to do is be able to work with our child to then pick those notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we We do that for the number 1 string, the red string, which will be E. We then repeat the exercise, okay, for the next one down, which will be our B string, in exactly the same way. And then we repeat the third exercise at the bottom, which is the one for the G string. And we take it very slowly, each one at a time. These do not have to be in time or to tempo, just to be able to recognize 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. An additional step, which would be nice, if we could have the child saying E, 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 or B, 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 or G, 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 G with the next string. That would be even better. Okay. The final step to look at will be to be able to take this page and start at the top with the E note and play along 8 notes of E, followed by 8 notes of B, followed by 8 notes of G. Okay, so this might be day 3 or day 4 of the exercise of this video. So going back, we've got exercise 1, which could be day 1, exercise 2 could be day 2, and exercise 3, which could be day 3, maybe 4.